What's good, YouTube? It's Bang Sport, and today we're diving into what I think NBA 2K26 gameplay is going to feel like. With the new dunk meter, the new shot meter, the smooth footwork, and the whole new MyPLAYER system on the way. 2K26 might be the most skill-based 2K we've seen in years. From meta builds, to lockdown defense, to how the game is going to play online. I'm breaking down all the gameplay changes we've seen in the game drop. Now, of course, they told us week of July 28th full gameplay would be revealed. But now they just let us know that the gameplay will be revealed on Friday. So we have to wait for a few days before we get that. My prediction with this new dunk meter and new shot meter is it's gonna feel a little weird initially, but I think people will get used to it. I'm not a big fan of using the analog stick to shoot, so I never used it before, so it didn't bother me much.
Keep shooting that.
I didn't like the shot meter last year because of the big boost. 70% is a little too much for me. I think a lot of people use that for their advantage, and so I wasn't a fan of it at all. The dunk meter couldn't really tell when to let it go a lot of times. Like, it's kind of like you let it go when you feel like it, and then the bar goes up, and whether it just you made it or you didn't make it. So I'm not a big fan. Hopefully they change that meter. I like 2K's 24 meter a little bit better because it was just a easier view. This one was hard to view to actually see where to stop at. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm hoping that they do something good with that right there. Also, I'm just hoping that the boost on that is nowhere near it again. We can't have that big boost again. I'm just not a big fan of that. I think it should be some skill based in it and where you do get a boost. But 70% to me is just way but extreme. We don't have to wait long for that. We'll get all the information on that this Friday. So hopefully what I'm hoping that, it's a smooth transition. We'll see. They also talked about better footwork, more animation as far as, I guess, triple threat. That's what I'm assuming they're talking about. Maybe the footwork as far as dribbling also. I'm not 1,000% sure. I was okay with dribbling. I'm not a big dribble guy, so I can find my moves and I just use those. One thing I don't like is that it's so many moves in the game, but all you see is like 10 moves. Everybody uses the same moves to me because none of the other moves work. So hopefully this year they figured out how to make other moves work just as effective as the meta moves, I guess you would say. That's the biggest thing I think is having more options that actually work versus just having the options. Because who cares if you can dribble like Paul George if you can't get open? You know what I mean? That's the name of the game. You have to get open and shoot the three or take it to the rim, whatever you like to play, however you like to play. You know what I mean? So that's what I think on that. In reality, I'm kind of tired of the same old, like, everybody using the same thing. So hopefully, like I said, they figured that part out with the footwork. I'm hoping to see James Harden step back again. I'm hoping to see, Shay's nice little moves also. I'm looking forward to all these moves. I just hope that they work. That's the thing. That's the biggest thing. If they work and we can get some differentness in the game versus everybody doing the same thing, I'm all for it. Okay, now with the defense, I'm not gonna lie. For them to say this is kind of like not necessarily red flag, like green flag. They're thinking like I'm thinking. Like, if they had the mechanics of what NBA Live did, 2K19 or Live 19, where it was like if you guess wrong, you kind of get beat. I think that would be good. Only thing I didn't like about that right there, that situation, you're kind of put in a bad situation if the handles are too much. Saying because of the way people dribble, like you're gonna damn near guess wrong all the time because they're not doing traditional moves. You got to take into consideration people are not doing dribbling traditional. So when they put these mechanics in, they got to realize people are gonna spam the same move over and over and over again, and you can't guess right all the time because they're doing the same thing over and over again. Hopefully, what I'm hoping is that it has a system. The defense system is where if I guess right, it makes them stumble or something, right? It doesn't completely stop them, okay, but as long as they stumble, I'm okay with that. And with all that being said, I think that's where they're kind of leaning towards the heavy into skill-based mechanics versus like just hitting the button like because the move works all the time. I think that's what a lot of people have been getting away with for the last few years. People are just spamming the same move because eventually it would break their ankles or something like that. And I think that's why they're trying to go towards the skill based. You know what I mean? But hopefully they get it right this year. That's my hope. And also they talked about the builds, the tall builds being meta again. I really don't mind that. I don't care because I play the style of play I play. I usually have a bigger guard anyway. Like I'm never a short guard guy. So like previous years I've had a two guard that was 6'8". I have two guards that were 6'7". You know, I usually stay around that range anyway, so it didn't matter to me too much. But you know, that's just my style of play. I'd rather be a little bit slower and like do everything else versus just being extremely short and fast and big and all that stuff. I get the same results being an 80 speed that most people get. So hopefully, I mean the tall builds are back. I'm not a fan of a 7'3", 7'4" guy dribbling the ball like fucking Curry does. Nothing on that. I'm hoping that they find a good medium. Like I'm okay with a little cheese, not a lot of cheese. And that's a wrap on my NBA 2K26 game prediction. If 2K really delivers on these updates, this could be the year the game actually feels fresh again. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about the gameplay. Are we getting real improvements, or is it more copy and paste? If you're rocking with the video, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with the squad. More 2K news and content dropping real soon. Stay locked in. It's Saints Boy, and I'll catch you next time. I'm out.